Hi, today I thought I would do a random collage of the week. Now I keep most of my artwork in these folders, ones that are more A4ish. Do have some big ones that are kept in art folders, which I'll go into those at some point, but I won't today. So by a random one, what I mean is, well, this is one I see here. This is stuff that's partway through being worked on. Right, what I mean is I will just flip through the folder and whatever I land on, I'll talk about. I could have absolutely nothing to say, or I could go on with an inane waffle for like about half an hour. Who knows? It's probably less likely I'll go on for half an hour. Let's see. Right. This one here. I'll do this one instead of the fatal diseases one. This is a piece I made a while ago, quite a while ago. I made it in 1997, and I believe I made this. If I remember this I quite well remember making this. It was like the day after New Year's Day, because the day before, on actual New Year's Day, I made a piece entitled "Hold Me," which is the one with got the tennis player and you got the woman behind hugging him, and that started off a short tradition of making one every New Year's Day. But I remember this one being made the day after. Now this one, the main picture, the cat going into the bowl, I believe that came from an issue of the National Enquirer, because I lived in Coventry at the time, and there was a store that would sell them, and I was just sometimes get them for weird pictures for source material. So I thought it would be interesting to replace the cat's eyes there. As you can see, if you look closely, they're not actually cat's eyes, they're human's eyes. So it'll be interesting to replace them with that. And I put a little tattoo on there. Instead of drawing on, which would have been the easier and smarter thing to do, I did actually collage out someone else's tattoo. And I put in these human hands. Instead you have like a cat-human hybrid. And there's not really much in the way of social commentary based on that one. It's just a matter of it was just something fun, weird to do. There's quite a lot of times with some of my more surrealistic ones where I will basically just flip through source material. I like this picture, and so I wouldn't be considering I'm flipping through something. I wouldn't be putting fun if I put this in person's hands, and I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to do. Sometimes no idea what the picture means until years later. Sometimes not even now. I've made some where I don't even really know what it means. This is where I have half the battle in coming up with titles, because sometimes the hardest thing for me to do is come up with a title, even if I have something very specific in mind of what I want to do, the title is the hardest, and I can't just keep having untitled called untitled. In fact, when I put out this book, there were a couple of them, at least one, the one entitled "The Science of Appliances." Or appliances. Science of Appliances is in here somewhere, and I came up with the title for that for the book. I didn't have a title with it before it, and the title for that actually was a play on. There we go. Here's "Hold Me." In reality, the actual piece is actually like about that big. It's not too much bigger than a postcard. See if I can find it. Oops, missed some. Here you go, The Science of Appliances. And the reason why for that title, it was a play on words of there was a people who, I can't remember the name of the company, but people who made kitchen appliances, and they used the appliance of science, and that just came to me like, because it had a washing machine in it. So it's strange how these things can come years later. Titles are always the hardest part for me in using, uh, enunciating things into, communicating things into words is harder for me. This is why I do this with visual, and this is why I'm always umming and ahhing and stumbling over words and trying to find things to say about them. Because, and this is why I don't like to write artist bios, because for me, the work speaks for itself. I don't believe you need to write a bio and say my work means this and I like to use. Um, you, Anybody should just look at the work and it should speak for itself. So anyway, yeah, so this is a black and white piece. What I might do at some point is put it through a AI to colorize it, because there are some services. One I use is img number 2 go.com, and basically that AI will colorize it, and I've done it with a couple of pieces, and I will display those at some point, just for fun. There's no real benefit to it other than it's just for giggles. But anyway, so I hope you like this. If you do, like, share, subscribe, and please support me on Patreon. I have various tiers, and so some can just get you a mention, or it can get you the knowledge helping out an artist, and some tiers I will create various size pieces of artwork for you depending each month, depending on the tier, so you have your own original of my art. So all the details for that, my link tree and my threads page, will be down in the description, and I hope you all have a good day. Thank you.